Morning, everybody.
First official day of the Fringe.
Yeah. Day one, and we've already done more hours than anyone on the festival.
Well done.
True.
Yeah.
I'm Alex. I'm the games master for this hour and through until our break at 3 o'clock. For those of you who have no idea what this is a tabletop role-playing game. What that means is that the four people to either side of me playing original characters that they are in charge of. I play the world and all the things in the world and anything that can happen in the world. In order to move the story forward, these people will tell me what they want to do, how they want to interact with the world, and then I will make them roll dice. Their success or failure in their dice rolling and maths will determine what happens in the story, usually with hilarious consequences. So, the story so far. Our characters are the crew of a ship known as the Spirit of the Horizon. It's a military science vessel which has found itself on a new world. It was sent here by a powerful magical spell, and they've been here now for about 10 days and had lots of crazy adventures and met lots of very strange new people and strange new species. Currently, they are in the middle of a narrow gorge pass, and the ship is docked up in front of these two vast gates. On either side of the gates are two towers. They have explored the left-hand tower and fought some battles and discovered a winching mechanism which allows them to open the left-hand set of door, or the left-hand door of the set. In their attempt to make it across to the right-hand tower, they encountered and awoke a flying beast that looked like a leopard but with the face of an eagle, and it flew up into the air and started to attack one of the characters. Distracted by this, another one of our characters attempted to leap across a small pass, succeeded, slipped, hit his head, and fell 50 feet into the water below, crashing into the fast-flowing water. That is where we start off. Before we leap into the action, I'm just going to ask the players around the table to say their name, the name of their character, what their character does, and their relationship to the other people on board the ship. I'm going to start on the left.
Okay, hello there. I'm Chaz. I'm playing Commander, now Captain Golan Height, who is the captain of the Spirit of the Horizon, taking over after the death of the previous captain. As a military man most of his life, he's not used to leading people, but he's sort of leading scientists. Soldiers he's used to. Scientists is a weird one, but he's been constantly surprised by the crew, and he has developed a respect and a protective feeling towards everyone. And the more this adventure goes on, he gets stronger, both physically and in his character, I think.
Lovely. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm playing Ulmorn Bloodgrip. He's a dwarven cleric of the light. Tends to tell everyone about the light as much as he possibly can because it's important. Heal up the ship. I'm the ship's doctor, chaplain. Also the helmsman for some reason that we never fully established, but lots of jobs. Lots of jobs.
The helmsman in the spell as well.
Hello, my name is Ian, and I am playing as Brother Jurgen, who is also a cleric. He is a cleric of the Lyra, the goddess of joy. So he's just out to have a good time. He's also, we have discovered, is able to do quite well with maps for some reason. That's about the only thing I'm quite good at. Can't fight, can't shoot, maps all over it. That's it. There we go.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm playing Relora Ellenborg, who is a half-elf bard. Before the ship got embroiled in so much stuff, she was just a translator, but since then has been involved in a huge amount of fighting and stuff where she's typically found herself out of her depth, and we've also discovered she has a really chronic phobia of giant crabs. That's one of her biggest things, having faced them on a shipwreck. And she kind of just she knows the other people on board. She gets on all right with Jurgen. Not really sure about Ulmorn. and there's kind of a weird stepdad thing going on with the captain at the
I'm
moment.
generally just an awkward divorced dad at this point. It's like,
Yeah.
I tend to polarize
and
people.
how-
That makes sense.
How are you?
We go to McDonald's.
Cool.
I
So,
love you more than your mother.
when we last left off, Relora, you had just reached the roof of the left-hand tower, and basically seen Hola, our tiefling barbarian, a 7-foot red barbarian, slip and tumble into the waters below.
Yeah.
As you are up there with Nomi Watts, who is stood on the edge of the precipice, and Jim, you see the now familiar to you, twinkling, flashing, kind of golden, hazy magic that comes around them, and they flash out, and in their place, you find Ulmorn stood on the side of your side,
So when Nomi was.
where Nomi was.
Okay.
Right.
The captain on the other side of the precipice, and you are uncertain as to what may or may not have happened to Hola, who is in the water. Brother Jurgen, what were you doing on the ship immediately before?
So as I appear into the water, obviously prior to the almighty splash, just a sudden cry comes up of the alley. Doesn't matter how hard you force it, it's not going to fit. Ah!
Splash.
So splash. Not again.
Hola is very happy about this. The man that you have replaced is incredibly happy about this.
Sure he
He
is.
was unconscious before he hit the water.
Okay.
So he suddenly finds himself basically wherever you were,
Oh
but
dear.
unconscious.
Doesn't want to be
with-
unconscious there.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
It's okay. I'm actually grab a dressing gown. So, so I guess if it's my turn, if I'm in the water,
I feel like you're the most
Yeah.
most in peril.
I'm
at the
going to
moment.
cast my brand new spell, Water Walk.
Cool.
Yes. So I'm going to cast Water Walk and basically just then climb on top of the water and just like, well, now I'm down a just giant valley though. How the hell am I getting out of this? Fantastic. So I suppose if I'm standing on top of the water, I'm now looking for a way back up.
So what you can do is you can basically, I mean, it's fast moving water,
Uh-huh.
so it's not like a placid lake that you're on.
Okay.
So you can definitely move across it. You might slip while you're doing
Okay,
it, just because
okay.
the water's rushing underneath you. The
Sure.
floor's not particularly stable.
Like a traveller around the airport.
Weird feeling.
Yeah, roll me a dexterity saving
That's
throw.
a good start. Here we go. First
Start.
one of the day. 16!
Yeah,
Yes!
you're no problem at all. So you fell from. There's basically these two like flying buttresses
Mhm.
across the top with a gap in the middle, and below them are these two giant crossed metal gates. So they're made of like banded metal, so that the fast flowing water beneath can flow. And you have fallen from basically the centre, landed or fallen into the water, cast water walk, but you can walk back to either the left or to the right-hand tower. The left-hand tower, which is the side which has been explored,
Uh-huh.
leads directly to the dock. So you could
Okay.
just walk up onto the dock side.
Sure.
The right-hand tower is identical in construction,
Uh-huh.
but the doorway that's on that side
Mhm.
is basically impassable. Part of the tower has collapsed from above,
Okay.
and rocks and brick and masonry have fallen and blocked that particular doorway.
Okay.
Uh,
Where's everybody else just now? Because I'll go try and. sort of hit-
Everybody else,
Way up there.
apart from the captain,
Right. Okay.
is on to the left-hand side,
Okay.
and about sort of 50, 60 feet above you.
Okay. I'm going to try and move towards basically whatever direction I need to go. So I'm getting back with the group.
Head back towards
yeah.
back towards the dock,
Yeah.
onto dry land, and yeah, you can make your just way up
Yeah.
up the tower to the top if that's what
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to
That'll
do.
be perfect.
Let's see what happens up on top. So, up on the top of the
Not
tower,
this again.
Omorn, you are stood at the edge. You stood at the edge on the left-hand side, and the captain Golan is on the other side of this divide, about 15 foot away across this gap.
I sigh.
Captain, what's on your side?
What is on my side?
So
Is the thing still attacking?
it will do in a second.
Yeah.
There is a griffin in the air.
How far away
Oh,
from me?
brilliant.
At the moment, so what happened was it went to do a dive bomb attack on the person who was where you are to grab it, but he cast shield,
Yeah.
and so it didn't manage to grab him, and it bounced off of him, caused no damage, and it's then sort of strafed off as if it's going to come back around again and do the same
Excellent.
thing.
In which case, I would like to hold my attack until
Cool.
it comes back round, so that I can. Oh, and I have an extra attack, so if I could just like bop it in the head when it comes to grab me.
No problem. Bop
I'm
it.
just like, right,
A bit.
okay, that's new. I just see this weird amalgamation of animals. That's new. I'm going to hit it now.
What is your dex score?
My dex score is 14.
Cool.
And I'm just going to wave at
Yours is
and
like
everyone
11,
else.
isn't it?
I'm just going to wave at everyone across the. So it's going well then.
And Laura's 15.
That's an assessment of it, Captain.
Yeah.
So can I have a quick look around and see where we are? Because I'm a bit confused as to the
Absolutely.
dimensions of this sphere.
So up the top, I'll explain. Basically, you see these two towers that are about 50 foot in diameter to either side of you. You are stood on a narrow walkway that comes out from the top of the tower, at the almost at the apex of the archway of the gates.
Right.
Where you would normally expect to see a massive keystone in this archway, there is just a gap.
How wide's the gap?
15 foot. And you can see that is probably there to allow larger ships to pass through these gates. The gates open, and a ship with its mast can pass straight through the centre of it.
Right.
On the other side, it's the same construction, mirrored, but where you came out, or where you would come out onto this this buttress, on this side, on the other side, there is a giant boulder that has dropped in, and that's what's caused the damage to the masonry, but it's blocking passageway onto the other tower, into the other tower. It's fallen from the high cliff edges of the pass and smashed into it and just lodged itself. From behind there is where the griffin.
But it's basically impassable.
It's to all intents and purposes, unless you use some kind of powerful magic, it is unpassable.
Does Ormond
Impassable.
comment on any of this out loud?
Hang on. Can I take an action?
If you take an action, we will be jumping into combat.
Take an action then. I turn to the captain and shout, "Captain, come back over this side!" And I cast Sanctuary on him.
Cool.
The moment that he says come back over this side, I shout, "There's a passage underwater.
Right.
There's another way across."
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So I can give you a Sanctuary. Actually.
I'll be right with you once I deal with this.
Brilliant.
Give
So,
priorities.
You got it.
yeah, at that point, we jump back into combat. Laura, your dex is 15, yes?
Yes.
So you will get to go first in this
Oh.
combat round.
Right, okay.
Might change reaction then.
I do not have, to be honest, all I've been doing is mocking it. That worked well.
With some degree of success.
Yeah. There's... Screw it. Sleep worked really well for her last time. So she'd like to cast sleep at the highest level that she can.
What's the range on sleep?
Let me just double check what the range on sleep is.
I think it's 90 feet.
Is it within 90 feet?
Yeah.
It is 90 feet.
Pretty good.
That's impressive. Well done.
So she's going to roll, what, 68 if she casts it at second level? So it's 4d8 and then
It's 5d8,
5d8 and,
and then 2 extra for casting it.
78.
So it'll be
78.
78
Okay.
in total.
Wow.
78.
Wow.
Oh.
That's an average of about 23.
17, 18. Oh, come on. 19, 23. How many? That's 5 so far, right?
Yep.
Just waiting for this
23,
thing to just fall.
25. Oh, come on. 26. I rolled 2 8s, but then I rolled 4 1s.
You see, as it's flapping its wings and going around to come back for another dive bomb, there's a moment where it sort of, and it drops about a meter, and then it catches itself again and sort of.
God.
So you've
shakes
given it
its-
narcolepsy.
shakes its- yeah, it's not happy.
Buffering.
That is the end. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yes, well, I've not got masses to dish out, but I may as well give some bardic inspiration. I feel like the captain, since he's the closest and he's just been thrown into this, needs something.
Oh yes.
Oh gosh.
Oh, very good.
This is going to be hella inspiring. What's it called again? A griffin.
A griffin.
A griffin.
It's called Peter.
Okay. Once commander, now our captain. I was scared of this griffin, but now that you have teleported here, I'm sure that we will win.
Yeah.
Yes, I can manage.
Lovely.
Under pressure.
What do I get? D6?
Yes, D6.
No, D8. I get a
D8.
D8 now.
Hot
You're all now
damn.
level 5 characters.
Hey.
Wonderful. So, the griffin continues its circling strafe. It's basically moving up, gaining height
Yep.
above you, and for the end of its turn, it is going to end up about 80 feet away from you
Yeah.
in a diagonal above you.
Yeah.
Roll me a nature check.
Nature. +1. Okay, here we go. First roll of the day. That is a critical success.
Hey!
Your knowledge of being dive bombed
I was hoping to go to the Three Sisters on the front end.
tells you that this creature is preparing to basically just like full on drop down at you. You see its claws preparing, ready to pounce. Like you are totally ready for it.
In that case, I'm going to do the thing I said, which is hold my action until it reaches me. But then on top of that, I will sort of do a Heath Ledger thing. Come on, I want you to do it. I want you. Head me!
You can see that that's not gonna happen until the end of its next turn. So
Cool.
That's,
I'll wait.
If
I'm
that's
waiting
how you
out.
spend your turn. Wonderful.
I'm waiting now. Oh, actually, as a bonus action,
Yeah.
I would like to rage.
A smart choice.
So it's
Wonderful.
more believable. I'm just going, head me! Head me!
And you feel the blood tingling and rising as it sort of comes up in your eyeballs as well. Wonderful. That's the end of your turn. Ormorn, what would you like to do?
I would like to suggest politely to the captain that he makes his way to our side of the bridge, because that way seems to be a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
I will also cast Sanctuary on him,
Mm-hmm.
which means that creatures that try and attack him have to pass a saving throw or they don't attack you.
What kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
A wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. The DC is 15.
It makes it, unfortunately.
Damn. Well, it's active for an hour, so there you go. Is it?
For an hour?
For a minute. It's active for a minute.
Oh,
There you go.
okay,
Right. Well, then I will cast Aid. I can choose up to 3 creatures within range. I think that's just these 2 right now and myself.
Yeah.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for the duration, which is 8 hours.
So we'll have 5 temporary hit points or just
Temporary.
extended? 5 temporary hit points.
Actually, each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for the duration, so they have 5 extra hit points effectively.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Useful.
You both have 5 extra hit points, and your hit point maximum increases by 5.
What, me or these two?
You two, for the next 8 hours.
Oh, thank you.
Gosh.
And I raise my hammer into the sky and get it down from the light, you know.
Cool,
Really good
Relora.
narrative storytelling there.
Back
That
to
bumps me up to a fairly
of the
hefty
round.
60.
Oh, really? Back to me? Of course. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Jürgen.
Yes.
You are on the ground floor now.
Okay.
And you can see that there is
Solid ground, sweet,
Yeah.
sweet ground.
Sweet, sweet ground.
Oh, the ground's still.
Are you gonna head back up to the top, or do you want to go and explore the tower? Or
What I'm gonna do is, seeing as I am currently wearing a soaking wet dressing gown, I am going to quickly cast on myself Shield of Faith, because if this giant lion bird kicks off, then then my dressing gown ain't gonna cover it.
Is it covering it right now?
And I'm going to continue heading back up to the group in order to make myself useful for the inevitable encounter that is to come.
cool. I reckon, given what's your movement? 30 feet.
Yeah.
It's going to take you there's going to be at least one more round of combat that you're not going to be involved in before you get near the top. It's 50 feet up a winding staircase to get there.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep doing it because then we're all together. Then if I miss it, then that's fine.
Perfect. Relora.
How close is it to me?
From you, it's probably about 120 feet in a diagonal.
Oh my lord, I'm so sorry about this. This is being resolved.
We share a light
I think we should just do a show like this at some point.
Oh no,
Welcome
I've
to
got
D&D
glow-in-the-dark paint that I'm going to put
After
on
Dark.
minis, so we have glow-in-the-dark minis and this whole thing.
I could
But
just
it's
steal
just
from
not
John
ready yet.
Robertson. You awake to find yourself in a dark room.
Shout out to Darkroom.
I'm
which
sorry,
if you haven't
John.
seen it, you should.
he's our friend. I'm
He's
sorry,
wonderful.
John.
How was that knocking in? That was a really good question. But
Yeah.
you're not
Okay,
wearing the...
I-
We spent a lot of time with John.
I take a really long blink, and then when I open my eyes and it's back to being light,
Oh.
I take another blink. And then I kind of go, maybe this is enough blinking. I feel like I've tested out my eyelids enough. That's all good. That's sound. It's quite there's no.
It's
actual,
right at the limit of a ranged attack. If you
I
had
have
anything to do that with.
no ranged attacks. So really, I think I'm a bit useless. You know what? I'm gonna wherever I'm positioned. Can I be ready, at the appropriate point on the buttress, to aid the captain at the point that he decides to run over, so that I'm just ready to kind of give advantage to a dex check or whatever?
Yeah, you were basically right on the edge of the buttress in the tower.
Okay.
So you could just move forward to
Yeah,
where Ulmorn is.
I move forward, and so I kind of prep myself for that instead.
You are a half elf, yes?
Yes.
And you are a dwarf.
Correct.
And you're a human.
Yep.
I
Wonderful.
just step over him.
Yes.
I'm basically
I'm
like
not that short.
if you
I'm
can
like
imagine
5 foot tall. That's big for a dwarf.
if you can imagine Jorah Mormont's sort of head and clothing choices from season 1 of Game of Thrones, but on Brock Lesnar's body.
Strangely, I can't imagine that, but
Maybe
I will try. I will try.
Like the Kurgan.
You look like the
Like the Kurgan.
Yeah.
I look like the Kurgan from Ireland.
Like a refined Kurgan.
Yeah.
So nice to see you again, McLeod.
McLeod.
Let's go sit in the church.
I need a Krabby Patty recipe.
Wonderful.
Voice acting joke.
Come on, Seabrooke,
So there
such a
he
random-
stands, this fur-clad, hulking, human muscle machine. And as he stands there with rage in his eyes, the griffin, which has been up in the air above him, drops into this swoop dive. It is
Standing up to
crashing
the plate.
towards you, and it is going to attack you. As it attacks you, you will get your attack.
Yeah.
So, swing at it before it hits you. I'll let you have the attack before it actually crashes into you.
Okay, perfect. Well, if this goes bad, I don't actually know what the AC is, so I might use the inspiration.
Do it.
See how it goes.
That is a natural 18, so plus 6 is 24.
That will hit.
Yeah. Thought it might.
That would be really worrying if it didn't.
2d6 plus 5. And that is a 9.
9 damage.
Yeah.
It squeals. You catch it in the side of its the side of its breast as it's coming in with its claws. It moves its head out of the way, but it's still coming in with both of its claws at you to make an attack. What I will say is, because you hit it and it had to move slightly out of the way, it will only attack you once with its claws. It doesn't get its second attack.
Do I get mine?
We'll see. I'm not taking one to the floor.
I do have 2 attacks.
Level 5.
It's totally distracted by the fact that it's just been hit in the breast and it's bleeding, and its claws just spread Griffin, and
Nice.
pass either side of you.
Spread Griffin.
Nice. Do I get my second attack?
You get your second attack.
Yes! Smash it with the maul. Oh dear, that is a 7. Let's see if I can buff that slightly. with the bardic inspiration.
Good to see Relora's appreciated.
That's another 7, taking it up to 14.
That hits.
Yes!
Oh, perfect.
Mwah.
By the skin of your maul.
Skin of my maul. A man called
More
Skin.
cold skin.
Mole called Skin.
Hashtag more cold skin.
Oh, now that's more like it. That is 16 damage.
Oh, it
Nice.
screeches and squeals. You've knocked it out of all alignment. You've knocked it out of, like, it's just totally flailing and wild. It's reached the end of its movement, so it was just expecting to just like crash down into you and attack you. And all it's had has just been bashed. It's like wings are all over the place, and it's very, very disoriented.
Excellent.
In fact,
Question.
to such a degree.
Question. As a bonus action, can I put it in a headlock?
You would have to make an acrobatics
I am more than
in
happy
order.
to take
Oh,
it.
God.
It is next to you, but it is still flying.
Yes.
So like it's not like that. It would be like leap.
Yeah.
You are on the edge of a very slippery buttress. So if you do not make your acrobatics,
I'm
you
going
will
off
have
the
to
side.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I kind of want to anyway, but I might back off.
Just letting you know what could happen.
It's too early in the day. I don't want to waste all these lovely extra hit points.
That is the end of its turn. It comes back to Golan. It is now your turn.
Oh, turn.
You used your readied action
Yeah.
before its go. It's
Yeah.
now your turn again. So.
In that case, I'm going to hit it again.
Okay.
Twice, hopefully. That is a, what is that, 6? 6 plus 6 is 12.
You catch it.
Oh, very exciting.
Anyone else feeling slightly redundant?
Yeah.
7 plus 5 is 12.
12 points of damage.
Yep.
Yep.
This is why they teleport me in. Just hit something with the maul until it falls down and then leave again.
One more attack.
One more attack, come on. Oh, I'm afraid that's a crit fail.
Oh. You miss. I need you to roll me a quick dex saving throw.
Yeah, I can imagine I will.
Oh, God.
That is +2 is an 18.
You succeed.
Oh.
You feel like you nearly lose your footing.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's like a moment, like a wily coyote,
Yeah.
and then you find solid purchase underneath you, and you are okay.
As my bonus action, can I just scream in the griffin's face?
Yes. You can have that as a free action if you want.
It's a free action because I just want to sort of be like, you're not the apex predator here. It's like that.
It's wild-eyed and crazy, and it actually, roll me an intimidation check actually.
This man is a professional military officer. That's very clear.
That is a 16.
No, because it's it feels your intimidation, like it's not happy at all. Anyway, we'll see
You've
what
just
happens.
seen your captain just hit this thing 3 times.
Brother Jurgen,
He's really taking
right.
that
with your
captain thing.
with your movement, you would make it up onto the roof.
Okay.
In this turn, and you would see out in front of the at the end of sort of this buttress, which is probably
Yep.
about 30, 40 feet away from you, maybe a bit more. You would see Relora and Ulmorn stood on the end, and your captain in this kind of crazy wide-eyed melee with this
Okay.
weird bird cat.
Fair enough. Okay, in
Cat
which case
bird.
I'm going to quickly bomb up the tower, ladder, stairs, whatever, get up top there, and just as I get to the top, I'm going to just reach out my hand and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Nice.
Now, does Guiding Bolt, since I've leveled up, 'cause it's 4d6, is it now 5d6?
You can cast it at different levels to make it more powerful.
Okay, because it's only at level, it just says level 1 here.
So if
Yeah.
it's level 1, it would normally cost you 2 points.
Okay.
If you cast it at level 2, which would cost you 3 points,
Okay.
you gain more dollars.
Level 3, 5 points.
Okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Right, I'll if the Griffin's on its way out, I'll just cast it at level 1 just now. So hopefully, come on, baby, don't make me look like a monkey. Yes! 19 plus 6 is
That hits.
25.
Yeah.
25. All right. Okay, so let's set this bastard on fire. Right. 5, 6, 11, 3, 14, 18.
How would you like to do this?
Yes! Right. So, dressing gown, very wet, flapping in the breeze. It's kind of open slightly. I run. I run up the tower. Laura looks round. She looks horrified. I'm like, oh crap! I quickly fumble and I tie it back up again. I reach out my hand and I scream, "Screw you, bird! You don't know what you've done for me!" And then I just comes firing out, and it just smacks it in the face. The captain looks on disapprovingly because he wanted to be the one to smack it up.
Also, I'm in the middle of a rage as well.
And the bird goes tumbling down into the abyss.
The bird tumbles and it falls the other side of the gates into the path that you've not yet travelled through, and you just hear this like as it hits the waters below. And for a moment there is silence, and there is calm, and you just hear the blood pumping in your ears. And then there are no further sounds.
I would like to
Other than
end
the
my-
rushing of the water.
I'd like to end my rage.
Wonderful.
Right. Well. Whew. Hello, everyone.
I must say, brother, I would normally not have thought of Lyra as a particularly warlike goddess. So that was mighty impressive.
That was excellent, excellent work there.
Thank you.
Um,
Does anyone have a spare pair of pants?
I was just about to mention this.
No, even if I did, on you they'd be hilarious.
Seconded.
I did give the order to ensure that all members of the crew were battle ready in case of teleportation.
Well, I'm sorry, I must have missed that memo. It's been a heavy night of the pipe, so I do apologise. You know, I was chilling out.
Relora,
I
would
was
you
in a
like-
bath.
Would you like to remind them of anything?
Captain, if you manage to get over this side, there's a passage underground through the tower. We should be able to get to the other side via it.
Okay, be right over. Yep.
You jump, yes?
I, a long jump. running
You
jump.
leap across the 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Just make me a strength athletics.
Athletics.
Strength athletics just to do the jump.
Okay, just do the jump. Come on. +6 is 21.
You leap across like a gazelle across a
Can
plain.
I do a superhero landing? You know, the
Yeah.
3-point one.
You can indeed. Right between the two people. They're stood there waiting, arms open to catch you, and you just go. All is good.
Oh, not bad for a 47-year-old, eh?
About to say, Captain, your age isn't showing this morning.
I know.
What was in your Weetabix?
I think you
No,
know.
wait, is that not psychic damage?
Tiny little bit of blood comes out of.
1 point of damage. I'll happily take it.
Yep, take it.
Do you want to lead the way, Captain?
Well, yes, why not?
So as a group, you make your way down the tower. You make your way down the steps. As you make your way down the steps, everyone who hasn't been down this way yet, and Jürgen, because you were in such a rush to get up, you see in the middle of the mechanism that opens the left-hand gate, and in the middle of the room there is this dead, bleeded out snake woman with all these crazy snake hair, and a few of them are missing because someone likes to collect stuff.
I assume this was you or one of our number.
Oh yeah, this was all me.
Did we find out what they wanted?
It was mostly.
Well, excellent work.
Did we find out what these, was it a snake person? Did we find out who they were and what they wanted?
When I arrived, there wasn't much of a chance for that.
Mostly you heard just like
I don't think she
screaming and
even
wailing.
speaks the same language.
Yeah.
Spoke.
That may not necessarily be a problem.
That sounds ominous.
Oh no.
Can I cast Speak with Dead with it?
What kind of creatures to speak with dead affect?
I'm just going to read out what it says in the SRD. You grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. The spell fails if the corpse was a target of this spell within the last 10 days. Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew.
Oh, including the languages in you.
I also have a spell that lets me understand all languages.
But it's like understand all languages
Of your previous plane, or?
Nope. This spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears.
That's useful.
What?
That's very useful.
TARDIS translation matrix.
Exactly.
Utility
Babelfish.
cleric.
I can walk on water.
Relora,
So.
I'm good at music.
Relora,
I'll allow it. Yeah.
I've been trying
yeah.
to talk to Salmon, but he's been avoiding
It seems
me.
a bit rosary, but
Why have you been trying to?
out of character for a second, I have absolutely no
Out-
idea
out the-
where we are, what's going on, or why we're here, and I'd love to know a bit more.
No, there's no need to.
Cool. Yeah. No.
It's all right.
Want to speak to the dead snake lady? Speak to the dead snake lady.
Right, so Speak with Dead and Tongues, which are these two spells, neither requires concentration, so I can cast them both.
Cool.
Allman, since you're understanding it, you lead the questions, yes?
No, Captain, I think I'll need your advice. To put it lightly, I'm not very good at the talkie-talkie.
Well,
Relora is, I think something she's gonna do, just because she was unaffected by the harpies, but she saw that like there was a sound and stuff like that, and she did hear the Medusa scream, but she doesn't know if there's anything similar on this island. Very quickly, she's got some candles. She wants to like just break off a tiny bit of wax from the bottom of the candles and just.
Put it in her ears.
Yeah, she's worried that the thing might say stuff that can charm
Okay.
or affect.
Yeah.
She has no idea if
problem.
that's right.
So you cast Speak with Dead.
And
Uh,
Tongues, so I can understand. I'll let you know, because
so-
you go first.
You,
Can I just-
as the Speak with Dead caster,
Mhm.
you are the person speaking with the dead.
Fine, no problem.
As the Tongues caster, you are the only person who can understand it.
Yep,
Okay, so you will have to do the talking.
absolutely fine.
Cool. So you cast Speak with Dead, and the eyes immediately open, but they're just pure white, as if the pupils and everything have just fallen back into the top of the skull. And you hear this like. What would you like to ask?
This can only end badly.
I can't hear.
Hello, love. Where are we?
So everyone else hears just. You hear. Trespass my palace.
Ask her if she's got any dry pants. Getting a bit chilly.
ask her if there are any more dangers awaiting us, any more beasties,
Yeah.
any more traps.
Who else? Scottish. Who else lives in your palace?
Palace.
Right, she said she's got some sisters in here as well, chaps, so
That's
let's
more of
look out
these.
for that.
Okay. Great. Sniff checks.
How do we open the gates?
Seek the orb.
We're looking for an orb. Everyone keep your eye out for an orb.
It's 3.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what else I want to ask her, really. Aside from your sisters, any, guards, muscle, that sort of thing?
Beware the beast man.
There's also a beast man.
Oh, that's not good. Ask her specifically. We have one left, right?
Aye.
Ask her specifically how many sisters she has.
She
so
already
that we
said it
know
was-
what we're dealing with.
There was the legend of 3 sisters. I imagine the 3 sisters are these
Oh
snake woman
God,
things.
that thing that Bloomage was going on
Plumage,
about.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, really?
Oh, no, Plumage. I think my last question is just for me. Is there anything I can do for you before you go?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. She says,
Nando's.
she says, and it's like really feral and guttural. Like you get the impression that she wants to say more, but she's only got access to like a handful of words.
Okay.
That she's like, avenge Simeon, and she says that word with like disgust and like real vitriol in her voice, as if.
Do I have any idea who Simeon is?
Roll me a religion check.
Sure. That is an 11.
You can tell me about it because I've got.
You don't know specifically, but you get the impression from your sort of divine sense that this is the name of a deity.
Would I have remembered, because I think I remember, that Simeon was the god who cast down the three sisters in the myth.
That is
right?
the goddess of the myth, yes.
Right.
So, roll a. No, if you remember the myth, if you remember the legend, you will remember that in the legend, Simeon is the goddess of the moon and the tide, who has cursed this land.
Oh.
So she cursed the sisters and the land, and sending it into creating the pass and cursing these three sisters with horrendous looks. So the impression that you get from her answer to her question is that she wants you, in order to help her, she wants you to seek vengeance against Simeon.
I mean, when the spell ends, the corpse just sort of flops back in.
And then the spell ends, and
I
it
think
just-
what I'd probably say is something along the lines of, right, we'll take that under advisement.
What is she saying?
She asked us to avenge her.
Avenge her?
Against a god, Captain.
Oh, now that sounds difficult.
I mean, we've already pissed one off in the last couple of days, so...
Yes.
I don't think we have that kind of time.
Yeah. It was
Has
harkening back
she
to the
visibly
conversation we
stopped
had,
speaking?
Jürgen.
She stopped speaking. The eyes have closed again. She is as dead as she was before the spell was cast.
Okay, I take the wax out of my ears. Anything valuable?
There are 3 like her. Two other sisters. There is some muscle. What did she say?
The Beast Man.
The Beast Man, aye. And to look out for an orb to help open the gates.
Apparently we need to... what did you say? Find the orb?
Yeah, fine. Seek the orb.
Find the
Seek the orb, yeah.
That's very archaic.
Seems quite old-fashioned here, Captain. It makes sense.
Yes.
Aye.
She's old.
To be fair, she was dead.
R'hllor has remembered that as just the general thing she carries on her is a disguise kit, which includes some clothing.
Thank God.
I've decided that R'hllor's disguise kit is actually her stage costume from before she was on a naval research vessel, obviously with music and with her general attitude. She did used to front a band. And if you can kind of think of something, kind of Florence and the Machine, Bjork, etc., but in a fantasy context, and that's roughly where you get.
So
those are the clothes she's able to offer.
Brother Jürgen, you are
Wearing a swan dress.
you find yourself given like basically a Mark Bolan costume.
Well,
Just so that there's something covering
Any
you.
artists
exactly.
Because I'd like to see that.
What does Brother Jürgen look like? It's never been established.
much like me, to be honest.
So
Maybe
you
with
in a Mark Bolan costume.
slightly longer hair and slightly longer beard, but it's just me, really.
In a Mark Bolan
In a
costume
Mark Bolan costume. Just slightly too tight, and it's just a bit...
But
Well,
you
at
are
least I'm
warm
not flapping.
and you're not flapping. Although it hasn't necessarily solved the problem that you was like. It's just covered it.
It's fine.
It's still there. It's just covered in a thin veneer of cloth.
of sort of spandex.
Right, well, I suppose we need to seek out this orb,
Aye.
and we need to be careful of the other sisters, and we also need to beware of the Beast Man.
The Beast Man.
Now that doesn't sound good.
Real fast, thank you.
By the way, brother, I mean, I know it's not your normal gear, but it's not bad.
I mean, it could be worse. You know, I mean, I'm just glad she didn't put like a
The
banana
dressing-
costume or something.
The dressing gown was indeed worse.
The dressing gown, yeah. I'm just gonna roll my dressing gown up and take it because it's a nice dressing gown. I was gonna carry it with me because you know.
And while you're having this conversation, you're walking down the stairs into the bottom floor,
Yep.
which is full of packaging crates, not packaging crates, but crates full with weapons. Sort of, yeah, there's straw.
Can I quickly see if there's any interesting weapons?
Oh, I was going to
roll me an investigation check.
You and your weapon.
I was going to do the same thing. If there's a plus
Well, we
one.
Yeah,
can,
we'll
we
just
can
all
vote
investigate.
and see who does
I'm not
better.
investigating weapons. I've got my warhammer. It's got the holy symbol on
I've
it.
got a feeling you might spot ones before me.
Nope. Not with a 6.
Wow.
Ah, 9!
Let me see. 9 also, so nothing.
No, 12.
You look inside there, and basically you go for 12, yeah.
Well, it's 13 actually. Can't count.
There's just sort of basic martial weapons, but they all look quite old. They don't look in the best condition. They're not rusted per se, but they're pockmarked. They look
Okay.
sort of weakened by age and just not being used really. However, you do find in one of the crates while you're having a quick look, you find no, you don't find that because that doesn't work. You find just a small silver badge with this sort of 5-pointed star on it. That's all you find.
Can I investigate it a little bit?
Yep.
5-pointed star. That is a 10.
It's made of silver. It's got a nominal value. There's nothing engraved on it. On the back, it just has like a little clasp. Looks like it's designed to be worn. Outside of the world, it looks a bit like a sheriff's badge.
Okay.
But it's not a sheriff's badge because we don't have sheriffs.
Sure.
What's that you got there?
Just a badge I found.
Oh.
Sort of 5-pointed star. What was
And I
the
take out the weird half moon badge that I picked up.
something about like celestial symbology seems to be quite big with these people.
Yes. It might have something to do with the legend Plumage was talking about.
Let's hang on to these.
Cool. You continue. You know where the stairs are, so I assume you're going to lead them down the staircase, yes?
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. So, you start to make your way down the stairs. The stairs are steep. They are narrow. You can only make your way down them, I would say, 2 at a time, 2 abreast. And they just drop. They drop down and
What's
down.
the light level like?
Does
I
anyone
can see whatever.
does anyone not have dark vision?
I cast light on the warhammer.
You always cast light on your warhammer.
That's absolutely correct. Even though I have dark vision.
Cool,
The holy
so-
irony.
And I will cast light on Mr. Stick.
Okay, so
My light is brighter than his.
this tunnel, which was
Mine's
pitch
is
black,
green.
suddenly is filled with light, and there are multiple shadows cast across the floor and the wall as the 2 objects that are giving light out move around as you move.
What I'm now imagining is a fringe venue with a very badly set green and yellow
Very much.
Yeah.
which you can experience all over Edinburgh.
So you're going to keep making your way down. After about sort of dropping for about 100 feet, 120 feet,
Right.
the walls of the cavern become significantly more rocky, as if this is now a natural pass. And you reach suddenly the base of the steps, and there is just a rock tunnel, and it snakes out, no pun intended, away from the base of the thing, and heads off into the darkness in front of you.
If I was a snake woman, I'd live here.
Yes.
It is quite a snaking path.
Got to keep our wits.
Pun intended.
Can I cast Detect Magic? It lasts for up to 10 minutes.
Yes.
So long as I keep concentration, and I can use my action so that I can see like a faint aura around anything. That
Anything
is,
magical within
There's
30
magic.
feet of you.
Yeah, within 30 feet.
Yeah.
Just as a.
No
Cautionary
problem.
measure.
No problem. Are you heading down the tunnel?
Aye.
We've come this far.
Yes.
I'll stay near the
There's no
front.
other way.
I'll stay at the front as well.
These 2 are relatively squishy compared to us.
Please roll
I'm
me.
trying to sense anything that's up ahead. I'll have a bit more warning than you.
Cool. So you start to make your way down the passage. I want you all to roll me a perception check.
Yes! 20.
Ah.
Natural 20.
13.
Plus 23.
17.
It's a critical Haley?
13 on my phone.
So, Ulmorn, you are just distracted by the
Light.
poor lighting, and you're...
I'm distressed by the poor
yeah,
lighting.
yeah. You're already making notes
Not
to
enough light.
talk to your lighting designer about it. Everyone else hears, and Jürgen, you see tiny light. You see and hear this in the distance, and you hear the sound of heavy feet moving very quickly in your direction.
Captain, I can see something coming. It's coming right at us.
It's the Beast Man!
And that's where we're going to end.
Oh!
Lovely,
Round of
jubbly.
applause.
Exactly what the Beast Man is. This thing's all too Greek for my
You should be pointing at Reese for this one.
Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you guys for watching on Twitch. We are here every day for the month apart from the 24th and 25th. So feel free to come back. As you can see, you can play to buy a player ticket to play. Come and watch again. You can watch on twitch.tv/adventurers wanted. Obviously, feel free to tell everybody about it and get everyone to come and see us. I'll pass you over to some folk who are going to promote some other shows that they're doing.
Yes, okay, well, I am in a sketch double act. We're called Dirty White Boys. Our show is called Stupid. It is on at Just the Tonic at the Caves every day, except the 14th, at 9:20. And it's a pay what you want show, which means it's free to get in. We think it's a very good show. We've had 2 shows down now, and we think it's in a really good place, and people seem to be laughing and enjoying it. So if you like late night laughs, come to this.
And I am the quizmaster on a comedy game show called Imaginary Porno Charades, which does exactly what it says in the tin. And we're on every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 11 o'clock in the evening at Sweet Grass Market, and we've got different guests all over the event, all across the fest every night. Come on down.
Yeah, I'm a freelance theatre PR, so I work on a bunch of different things. And instead of trying to promote all of them at once, which is madness, I'm going to pick one a day and do one a day for the next 16 days, and then probably start looping. We'll see how it goes. Today I am promoting Wolf Meat. Wolf Meat is a show at Underbelly. It's absurdist clowning with a very dark, twisted sense. It's about the granny who runs South Croydon's Class A drugs trade. It's mental. There's no other way to put it. It's utterly mental. It's on at 10 at Underbelly, Cowgate, at the Big Belly every night at the Fringe Bar, a couple, but you work it out.
My fake plug for this hour, I've decided, is a one-man production of 12 Angry Men, which is just called One Angry Man. It's really intense, but oh my god, that's to the
I've
core.
definitely seen that.
One angry man called Skin.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Stream, see you in a minute.
We got a really quick turnaround, so you guys can just head through this wee door, and we'll see you in 10.
Cool, 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 cool.
Taylor's orders.